Hi, this is Astara with Illuminating Hearts. Good morning. It's Monday, December 23rd, 2019, and I'm here to pull a card for our weekly soul mirror. It's going to be from the Osho Zen Tarot deck, and let's see what we have for the global energies this week for all of us and what we're working on and unfolding and blossoming. All right, here we go. Oh, it's perfect. The card is the Page of Water. It's called Understanding. In other decks, it's also known as the Princess of Cups or the Page of Cups. This card is a really powerful and beautiful reminder of the theme of freedom. When we wake up to the power of the mind to define and create narrow boundaries, possibly prisons of thought and identity and story, we can become free. Ram Dass passed from this beautiful planet yesterday, and so in honor of Ram Dass, I wanted to really awaken some of the teachings that he brings that are a great backdrop to this card. Ram Dass taught that when a person steps into love, they are entering into the place that is love inside them. And it's the same for another. And so as I go into love and that place inside me and you go into love, we step into the oneness. In Illuminating Hearts, we call that stepping into the frequency of love, the vibration. It's not just an emotion. It's not a noun. It's a verb. It's an action. It's a beingness. It is what everything is made of. It is the highest frequency of the manifest world. Ram Dass also said, our problem is we're too busy holding on to our unworthiness. So this is another way to look at the prison and the prison bars. If our mind holds on to this idea that I have to do something in order to prove my worth, then I am imprisoned. If I understand that worthiness is my inheritance by being, by existing, by being a child of the universe. See, our cat Orion back here, he knows. He knows all about worthiness. There is nothing that he has to do to prove it. So the bars of the prison are what is at stake here this week for all of us. Can you wake up to them? Can you see the prison that you have created for yourself? Baba Ram Dass also said, in most of our human relationships, we spend much of our time reassuring one another that our costumes of identity are on straight. So those bars, that understanding that the bars that are dissolving in front of you might be your identity dropping just long enough for you to fly free and be more than your personality, more than that which you have set forth to say, oh, this is who I am by definition of what I've learned from my family or my friends or my teachers or the culture. You are way more than that. You're more than a body. You're pure energy. You're pure love. And your identity is beautiful. It'll be here with you. But that's not all of who you are. You're so much more. You're infinite. Ram Dass also taught, as long as you have certain desires about how it ought to be, you can't see how it is. Now, the interesting paradox is you're always creating in each moment through your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas, your soul talking to you through your body, and your journey unfolding in front of you. With this understanding card comes a kind of an understanding of paradox, to love yourself no matter what prison you've created for yourself, to love yourself including the narrow-mindedness that we can hold as humans, our shadows, our clinging to identity, our clinging to our prisons so that we feel safe. And you get to embrace that need to soar, to fly free, to be in the state of love with others, to be in that cooperation, that connection, and that abundance of your infinite self. There's a really fantastic poem by Hafiz that I want to read you, and it is a great descriptor of the empowerment and the freedom that you can embody as an invitation for others. So here we are, there's keys on the hook here, and in the metaphor of keys in our life, the small man builds cages for everyone he knows, while the sage, who has to duck his head when the moon is low, keeps dropping keys all night long for the beautiful, rowdy prisoners. Yes, we're all beautiful, rowdy prisoners. Our egos are there. We're going to practice every day dropping the pebble of the mind into the pond of the heart. We're all going to learn how to love each other more, how to be loved more, how to act in the kindness and grace that our deepest traumas and fears are trying to birth for us, to look at the teachings of a teacher and a sage like Ram Dass and realize that wisdom is inside of us. It's inside of you, inside your heart. So know that your inner guru, your inner teacher, your inner sage is right there waiting for you. Your inner shaman. The understanding is that watery nature of the heart, the emotion, the energy and motion, beautifully flowing. Another wonderful practice that you can do this week to support you in this understanding that we're all learning about and waking up to as Ram Dass has left and big energies are happening across the globe as we're winding down this year, winding down a decade, aiming towards 2020 in this sort of cultural agreement of time in the calendar we have all agreed to. Say to yourself, I am free, I am free, I am free. And know it to be so at the highest part of you, aligning with your personality and your protective self. Won't you step into that state of freedom with us? Step into the love that is there for you, that you are. Allow yourself to fly free this week. Soar beyond the cage of the mind. Soar beyond the limitations that your story has set forth for you. What are the stories you cling to? What are the prison bars you've set up for yourself? Can you dissolve them by sheer will, aligned with divine will? This is a beautiful week. As we inch towards the end of December and the end of 2019, we send so much love. May you have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead and practice that understanding, that freedom, and drop the pebble of the mind into the pond of the heart.